to the K-Files. We have with us, it is the second week in the month.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we have with us this morning Lieutenant Tender, thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely, from the Edgecombe County Sheriff's Department. And we drug JP up from Myrtle Beach.
I'm back.
He came back from the beach just to be on the show. Can y'all believe that?
That's dedication.
Yes.
But I am lying. He really didn't come back just because of... No, JP he's been very faithful to this program, and I appreciate it, and so is Tender and all of our law enforcement. It's a team effort. It is a team cold case. That's why we named it team, because there's no I in team, and everybody collectively together. We want to solve crimes, to get people off the street, and to bring closure to families. So let's talk about some Edgecombe County cases.
All right. The first one we're going to talk about is Dalvin Redmond. On October 25th, 2018, Mr. Redmond was found in a field off of Ellis Road. He was probably a mile or two from his residence. Unfortunately, if you recognize that last name of Redmond, he's had a brother and a cousin that have also been killed.
Good grief.
So this case is, we've been working it. We have suspects. It's just we need a little more information to get to that point. He was found in the field by a farmer who was tending his land. He was just out in the field. It looks like he had been running. Somebody stopped. I don't know if he was in a vehicle with the subject and he jumped out and ran, or was he on the side of the road and he ran. So this is one of those hard ones that it happened. We don't know if it happened at night, in the morning, in the afternoon. We don't know the time.
No, because he was just found laying in a field by a farmer, so you don't know what time. Wow.
Correct.
Where is Ellis Road?
Ellis Road is in the Mildred area of Edgecombe County. It is approximately 10 miles outside of Tarboro if you're going towards Bethel or Canida.
Okay.
It's a little community.
Okay.
And if anybody saw anything, you might have seen a vehicle. Like I said, it was October 25th, 2018. I understand that's almost pushing 5 years now. But sometimes people remember stuff, or I say it all the time. A girlfriend or boyfriend gets mad at the girlfriend or boyfriend, and then they know something about it, and they're like, you know what, I'm going to talk now.
That's right.
Well, somebody still, 5 years or not, somebody knows something.
Correct.
And we really need you, as the lieutenant just said, just a little bit of information could solve this crime. Just a little bit, and it could be something you would call in that would solve this, and it's anonymous, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. And there's always rewards. That's what Team Cold Case is about. We want to hand out money. I know firsthand knowledge that Team Cold Case does pay out. So
yes, we'll be glad to write the check to the bank and go get cash for you. We'll get cash. We'll definitely we won't give you a check. We'll hand you cash, and it'll all be done.
and we don't ask names. We don't ask nothing. If you give me information leading to an arrest and it's good information, you will get a reward.
Okay.
The next one I was talking about is, unfortunately, the two I picked today, there's relatives involved that have been murdered also. Stoshua Lynch on January 11th of 2021, around 10 p.m. at the intersection of Cokie Road and Fairview Road, we get a phone call of shots fired. Well, we had a deputy that was in the area, and he got there within a minute or two on the scene. Found Stoshua Lynch. He was found deceased in the vehicle. There was a female passenger in the vehicle. She was treated at the hospital and released. She's okay, as far as I know still. So reaching out to her too. You're in the vehicle with him.
She should have seen.
You should know who did it or who
Yeah.
saw something. Come forward. You know, that's the biggest thing we get. We get witnesses that are in these vehicles with these people, or outside when they get shot, and they don't want to talk to us.
Wow.
And that's the
And there
hardest
you've
thing.
got a witness right there in the car that just was treated and released from the hospital out there. And come on now, give us some tips. Give us some tips.
And with Stoshua, his brother was killed in Rocky Mount 3 or 4 months prior to that. So you've got another family that has lost siblings, their sons. You know, if that was your family, you would want closure too.
Absolutely. Think about if it was your family. Can we put the number up, Lee? The number to call, and you can always call Twin County Crime Stoppers, easy number, 977-1111. It's also the number, but anyway, we hope that you will contact.
And you can always reach out to the sheriff's office at
Absolutely.
252-641-7911. Ask for an investigator. You can ask for Lieutenant Tender. I don't need your name. I just need a number if I'm not in my office. Just leave me a number and say, hey, I got information on this, and I'll call you back.
Do you think
Yes.
those family murders are related? Just speculate.
I'm pretty sure they probably have something to do with one another.
Okay.
It's just trying to piece it all together.
Right. Gotcha.
So,
Wow.
with the Redmond murders, I'm not quite sure if I think they were all separate, because Dalvin was killed, then Dakota Redmond, he was shot in Princeville and killed, and then I talked about Jewelry Redmond last month. So
Yes.
you got a grandmother that has lost 3 of their grandchildren,
That's got to be
To
tough.
violence.
I mean, that is just tough.
and you know you're looking at a 2 or 3 year window when all that happened.
Wow.
So.
I want to ask you and of course, if anybody knows anything, call the Sheriff's Department. Give that
Right.
number again, that's Sheriff's Department.
252-641-7911.
Sheriff's Office.
Yes, ma'am, it's an
Sandra.
office.
Sheriff's Office.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying. I'm
I know.
working on that very hard. But anyway, call Edgecombe County Sheriff's Office, as Lieutenant Tender said, if you know anything about these 2 cases, because, you know, we could solve them, as he said, with just a little bit of information. I want to ask you, car chases. These seem to be just the going thing now. You know, every time you turn around, y'all are chasing. Y'all get people run every week, don't they?
It seems like it.
There are chases every week, aren't they?
It seems like in the Tri-County area, it might be one a week. I mean, you got Edgecombe, Nash, Wilson, City of Rocky Mount, City of Wilson.
Yeah.
You got a big agencies in this area. So
But they're going to get caught.
one way or
It's
the
going
other.
to end bad for somebody.
And that's why we don't like chases.
No.
We'd rather you stop. If you don't have a driver's license and you're running because you don't have a driver's license, we can work that out. Stop.
Yeah.
Just pull over. So,
But if they run, it's my opinion, just my opinion, that it's more than a driver's license normally. I mean, normally you'll find drugs, or normally they're wanted, or normally they've skipped probation, or wanted for even a murder. Is that true? It's
People-
usually,
people are scared. When they get pulled, they're scared to get a ticket. They're scared they're going to go to jail. You know, I can't really comment on all the chases because I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't specifically know, but there's always that fear when the blue light turns on behind you, like, oh God, what'd I do?
yeah.
And if you're just a normal citizen with a valid driver's license, we've had normal citizens with valid driver's license, like checking stations.
Mm-hmm.
They'll turn around and evade it, and you pull them over and they got a valid license. They're just scared.
Yeah.
And that's what society, we've got to come together as a society and talk and say, hey, law enforcement is just doing their job. We're not out here to hurt people.
Exactly.
Trying
We're out here to help.
deter crime or
Correct.
solve it. Yeah.
Correct. You know, traffic accidents happen all the time. You know, people like, don't y'all have anything better to do than catch speeders? Well, making the speeders realize to slow down can cause some of these wrecks, as you were well aware from your previous career. Accidents are horrible.
When it's
Yeah.
how we solve crimes, we caught Timothy McVeigh
Off a traffic stop.
off of a traffic stop. I mean,
We had a trooper in Edgecombe County stop a vehicle, and unfortunately there was a body inside the trunk.
Wow.
Just off of a normal traffic stop.
random traffic stop.
Random traffic stop. Just there. That's why when you stop vehicles, it's not just, you know, for a traffic violation.
You know, it's so funny, and it's not funny. I say it's funny, but I went through a checkpoint not long ago, and I don't mind. I don't care. I just, you know, hand my stuff and go on. But I saw somebody turn around. Boy, oh boy, they lit after them like I said, you know, why are you turning around? Golly. But people will do that. They'll turn around and You know, for the least little thing, you know, just scared, I guess. Like you said, just
Right.
scared.
To us, it's
Right.
little, but to them at that point in time, that's a huge deal in their life.
Yes.
Am I going to go to jail? Am I going to have to pay $5,000 to get an attorney?
Well, they're probably thinking, look, I didn't make my child support payment last month.
Right,
Am I going
right.
to get
That's
okay,
something
a lot
else.
of things that really
Yeah.
have no bearing on coming through a checking station.
No.
And it just triggers a response of
Yeah.
I need to evade the situation.
Correct.
But my point was just that I just see a lot of these now, you know. So, anyway, all right, we're going to take our break, and Lieutenant Tender, he probably don't know this, but he's going to stay with us. We're going to talk
Oh.
about our fundraiser
Okay.
for Team Cold Case. We'll
All
be
right.
right back.
Make any day special by coming into Ribeye Steakhouse in Nashville. Come on in and enjoy our legendary tender and juicy Omaha Angus ribeyes. And try and share our seafood entrees, your choice of shrimp, flounder, or oysters. And especially don't forget our famous salad bar with all your favorite fixins. If you want to give that someone special something to revel in, Ribeye's gift certificates can be made to order. And as you're looking for somewhere to host a business meeting or special event, you can reserve the Angus Room. Ribeye Steakhouse of Nashville, over 10 years of great food.
Welcome to the Chill Spot, home of your authentic Jamaican cuisine, where we serve jerk chicken, oxtail, curry goat, curry chicken, fish. We have beef patties. We are located at 207 East Thomas Street, downtown Rocky Mount. Buy local, eat local.
Sal's Pizza, an Italian night out. Taste pizza fresh from the oven. Delicious Italian dishes made from fresh ingredients with savory sauces and textures that envelop the taste buds, satisfying with every bite. You won't leave Sal's Pizza hungry.
Best pizza in town, bar none. Love it. It's authentic. It's good stuff.
This is over the top. Sal's probably has the best pizza I've ever tasted.
If you want a dine-in authentic place to eat gourmet Italian cuisine, come to Sal's Pizza, home of a local secret, the Grandma Pizza, famous for its authentic taste. For the finest, most delicious dishes, this is the place. 2820 Sunset Avenue, Rocky Mount. Ask about Sal's Pizza catering your special events.
Promise you, the freshest ingredient in the market.
I'm Daniel Moss, owner of Cornerstone Funeral Home, and I'd like to invite you and your family to give our family an opportunity to serve you in your time of need. And we offer a full line of funeral services, everything from visitations to graveside services to cremations on site with a live crematory, as well as a banquet hall to meet the catering needs of our families that we serve. We offer catering service. We offer refreshments prior to visitation and services of our family. And we want to invite you to come and experience the difference here at Cornerstone Funeral Home.
What is the Davis Furniture difference? The difference is we buy with you in mind. For generations, we have listened to our customers. We can help you find the look you want for every room in your house. Quality, style, color, and of course, service. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Davis Furniture, the family business where we treat you like family. Let us help you make your house a home. Davis Furniture, historical downtown Rocky Mount, on the corner of Hill and Main.
Stone Park Child Care is looking for qualified applicants who love children to join their child care team and shape the lives of tomorrow. Applicants must be at least 18 years or older, must have a high school diploma or equivalent, but the most important qualification is love for children. This job can be a lot of fun, and all it takes is enjoying planning and playing with our children. Join our family today. Apply in person at either location, 513 Old Mill Road or 1261 South Winstead Avenue. For any questions, call Anissa at 252-937-8851.
Okay, we have got, the three of us this morning are going to talk about, we have, in case you just tuned in, we have Lieutenant Tindall from Edgecombe County Sheriff's Office, and we have J.P. Barnes with us this morning. We want to talk about first of all, let's talk about what is, people see it and they say, what is Team Cold Case? What is it?
Team Cold Case is a group of law enforcement and citizens that have come together to raise money to give rewards out to people that want to talk to us about murders. I say it all the time, I can't solve a crime by myself. And I get it on scenes all the time. Family members like, go do your job and solve this crime. If I don't have help from the citizens or somebody that saw something, I wasn't there, I didn't see it. I can't just solve something that I didn't see. But there's witnesses, and I need those witnesses to talk to us. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons Team Cold Case, because sometimes it takes money to make people talk.
Mm-hmm. That's right. In
our world, that's a bad thing to say it that way, but it's true, it works that way.
So and whatever it takes, we
do.
Really are prepared to pay you.
Correct. We got family members that want these cases solved. They want justice for their loved one.
Imagine not knowing about your loved one. Imagine what they go through. And JP and I talk about this all the time, don't we? Mm-hmm. Holidays. We have got so many cases in our book that happened around Thanksgiving, Christmas. And imagine every Christmas what that family goes through. I mean, until we can solve and we have solved cases. So
yes.
And we have a billboard. And I am hearing from the billboard. We've got a new one up as of yesterday. So, you know, take a look at the billboard, see if it looks familiar, anything's familiar to you. We change it every 2 weeks and have new faces on there. So we're trying to reach out, in other words. That's how we're using some of our funds with Team Cold Case, is outreach, you know, right. In the community. These books, pick up one of these books. I've had right many people come in here and say, can I have one of those books? Sure. We usually give them 5. Give them to everybody you know. And we're fixing to put a new book out with new cases in it. The law enforcement agencies give us new cases also to put in the book. So JP and I go through this book every week with, we go all the way through the book. It takes us a little while, but each week we do what? Mm-hmm. 3 or 4 a week. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we're having a fundraiser.
Yes.
And the date is
April
27th, I believe.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday. Last Saturday in April.
Right.
And it will be at the Rocky Mount Mills.
It's actually April 29th.
29th. Okay, April 29th.
Yep,
it is on
April
a Saturday
29th.
From 11 to 2. It's right there on the grounds between, you see that big white house from the road.
The Mills.
Yeah, right there at the Mills, on the grassy area. Bouncy houses.
Bouncy houses, I know we have DJ. We had DJ last year.
Food
just
trucks.
Come out. We have food. We're going to have 2 food trucks. We were talking a commercial about one of the food trucks who want to come. Won't mention it right now because we haven't gotten anything yet with that truck, but it's one of the trucks who want to come. I think it would draw a big crowd just in its own
right. Oh, yeah. I've
never seen it.
Me either.
The unnamed food truck.
I have not.
I can't advertise for other people.
Well, you know, we've got a lot of good prizes. JP, you stepped up.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put up a nice Arctic cooler, and I'm gonna put up 4 $100 concealed carry certificates. They're always a big hit.
Yes.
No matter who I donate them to. You know, as you know, I like to encourage people, regardless if you take it from me or the sheriff or Sheriff Stone, get your concealed carry concealed, because the life you save could be that of your own.
Correct. That's exactly right, y'all. I mean, it could be, and I'm hearing, you know, JP and I, in going through this book and hearing cases, there's just more home invasions now. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to be one of those that has somebody break in your house and you have no way to defend your family. So the JP's kind enough to give us 4 of those certificates, and also an Arctic. People love coolers. I do.
Yes.
So Arctic coolers.
Summer's coming up. Everybody wants to go to the beach, go to the park, go camping. You can't have too many nice quality coolers.
We're going to
Just
have a
can't.
nice grill. So we've got 4 Carolina Panther tickets.
That's always a big hit.
Always a big hit. So, and we're collecting more, and every week we'll let you know what items we have. We simply give you a ticket and have drawings and throughout the event.
And if I'm not mistaken, you don't have to be there to win, correct? Don't we put the name
Correct.
and number on a ticket?
Right.
So
Yes.
if you can't get out, at least donate. Buy a ticket.
Yes.
You know, it's not a big deal if you're there or not. If you have something planned that day, say, okay, I'm gonna buy 5 tickets. Put your name and number on it, and we draw your ticket. I've seen it every year that we've done it the last couple of years. We call the person and say, hey, you won. And
We had a realtor to come last year. I won't say who they were, but they just walked up and said, we want to donate some money. And we don't want tickets. We just want to donate to this cause because we watch it on TV and we just want to donate. So if you just want to donate money, you can do that to help solve some of these crimes, or you can buy a ticket and win some of these wonderful
Right.
prizes. So it's just 3 hours of fun. Just 3 hours of fun. And also, you get to meet law enforcement and bring the kids because, like
Kids
we
will love
said,
it.
Yes.
yeah, the Batmobile,
Flashing blue lights, red lights.
absolutely, and they get to meet. I mean, these law enforcement officers are on standby to meet the children, talk to
Correct.
the children. The more children are around law enforcement, to me, the better. I mean, that's the whole purpose of Night Out Against Crime.
right.
You know, expose them that you're not the bad guys. You're the
Correct.
good guys.
If you need help,
So-
if you need help, call us. Don't, you know, we go into restaurants and people say, if you keep acting up, I'm gonna have that officer lock you up. No, I'm not.
No, I'm gonna
That's
get your
the
mom
wrong
for
thing to
telling you.
say.
It's,
That is a
you know,
wrong
we are
thing
here
to
for the
say.
kids. We want the kids to know if they need help to come to us. And that's
Yes.
what happens. You'll get a kid that something happens, like, well, I was scared because my mom and dad said you'd arrest me. And that kid had to suffer with whatever it had to suffer through.
Yeah, that's not a good thing for a parent to say. So anyway, please come to our fundraiser on April 29th at the Rocky Mount Mills, and we'll be selling tickets. So if you want tickets, you can call me. You can call Lieutenant Tender, JP. JP, give them a number they can call you.
You can call or text me at 919-369-0311. 919-369-0311.
And if you're interested in taking some concealed carry classes, you can also call that number. But anyway, you can get tickets from any of us. So pretty soon, we don't have them printed yet, do we?
I don't think we
We're
do.
getting them printed.
They should be, we're what, March 9th now?
Mhm.
We should be getting close to it.
And if you want to put an ad in this book,
Yes.
they can do that, can't
Yes,
they?
you can. There's ads in this book. So there's a lot of police office, sheriff's office. I see.
There's Edgecombe County.
I was gonna
right
say
there.
there's Sheriff Atkinson's right there, where he donates and makes an ad in this.
Yes.
So it's definitely supported by the chiefs and the sheriffs in our area.
Yes.
As you can see, there's one from Nash County. So,
Well, what is it they say? You know, criminals, they don't have boundaries.
No,
So we
they-
all have to collectively work together.
correct. It's not like they're gonna stop at the county line and be like, well, I'm not going to that county.
Mhm.
No, they cross state lines.
So if you're doing a chase, or you're, you know, you can come into Nash County. Edgecombe County can
As long
keep
as that
chasing
chase is
into
started in our county.
Right.
Correct.
But you can continue the chase
Correct.
into Nash County.
Correct.
Because we work together collectively to try to solve crime. So we're so blessed in our area that the law enforcement does work together because
Very well.
That's what it takes. I mean, it really is to solve some of these crimes. So anyway, come to our fundraiser.
Please.
Yes.
And we'll talk about this again next month
Mm-hmm.
to refresh your memory.
Yes, we'll keep talking about it. As we get good prizes, we'll let you know. We've already got wonderful prizes, but we'll get more.
Yes, ma'am.
So, anyway, all right, we're going to take a break. We're going to let you go to work.
All right, I'm gonna go to work.
All right, we'll be right back.
I got something for you.
That's so.
No one ever wants to go into a life emergency. In fact, many of us wouldn't even know what to do if we were faced with an emergency, but they will come. Thankfully, there's men and women that train every single day for moments like this. They work on our behalf to serve and protect our local communities. Hi, I'm Kevin Zander from Don's Body Shop and Auto Body Wilson. With everything that's going on in life right now, we just want to take a moment to thank our first responders, for those that pledged their lives to serve and protect in our communities. You know, we all expect people to do their jobs, but some people's occupations may even require them to give of their life as a sacrifice. For this reason, we also want to honor those families that lost a loved one in the line of duty. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you. Let us not take these services for granted. To our first responders, again, we say thank you. From our nurses to our military, we appreciate your service. And as a local business owner, I pray that we continue to work together and strive for an emergency-free community. Thank you, and God bless.
Have you recently gotten engaged? Congratulations! The next big step is choosing your venue. Smith's Pavilion of Dorchester is a premium wedding venue that includes a ceremony site, bandstand, indoor and outdoor reception area. Their newest addition is a bridal suite and groom's room. They also have an in-house chef to meet your culinary needs. Smith's Pavilion of Dorchester, where we celebrate life's greatest events.
The tank is on E, and your low tire pressure light is glaring at you again. You do not have time to wait in line and pay to put air in the tires, and you certainly don't want to get out of the car in the cold and pump gas. What if you could pull up to a gas pump and have an attendant run out to greet you to pump your gas, clean your windshield, and put air in the tire, all for no extra charge, while you step inside and enjoy a made-to-order breakfast or lunch? Does that kind of full service exist anymore? It does at JD's Grocery and Grill, a service station created to bring back the full service experience to all customers. JD's Grocery and Grill is a full service gas station. Eat in restaurant with tasty made-to-order food and a grocery store all in one. The staff at JD's Grocery and Grill is ready to field all requests and will help you find anything you need. Call them today at 252-972-5000 or stop on by at 1240 Atlantic Avenue. Store hours Monday through Saturday 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Grill hours Monday through Saturday 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. JD's Grill and Grocery, at the heart of great food.
Okay, welcome back to the K-Files. And JP's going to get us started now with some cases in our book. And if you have a book, follow along with us.
This first case we're going to talk about is from January 2006. Joanne Cynthia Anderson. January 10th, 2006. Officers were dispatched to a deceased person at 409 Pender Street East in Wilson. The case was later ruled a homicide by the medical examiner's office. And that is all the information that we have.
We apologize,
on the
but
Anderson
sometimes we just can't, can't know, or it just goes back so far that the records just, they don't
Or
have
for strategic purposes, they don't want to share
Yes.
a lot of information, a lot of details for investigative purposes.
Where's Pender Street in Wilson?
Pender Street is down by Wilson Community College. That general area.
Okay. All right. 409 Pender Street East. So if you know anything about Joanne Cynthia Anderson.
Okay, this next case is from April 30th, 2006. Ronnie DeMorris Barnes Jr. Officers were alerted by the public that a body had been located in an alleyway between downtown businesses in the 300 block of Barnes Street in Wilson, North Carolina. Officers later determined that the body was that of Ronnie DeMorris Barnes Jr., who had been reported missing on March 26, 2006. The medical examiner classified Barnes' death as a homicide. Barnes Street South Barn Street is about 2 blocks east of the courthouse, down towards the train station, kind of
Okay.
a bad area
Yes.
of downtown Wilson.
I do know where that street, one street is in Wilson.
Yeah. Down by where the bus station is.
Yes.
Actually.
Well, you know, it's pretty tough when they find somebody in the alley just laying there and like Tender just said, in a field. I mean, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, because you're starting really with nothing.
Yeah, you're
Nothing.
starting with absolutely from zero. So that's where the public is so important, plays such an important role, because somebody knows something about Ronnie DeMaris Barnes's murder.
And that's where a lot of cameras come into play nowadays. If that were to happen today, there's no telling how many businesses in that area have cameras.
Yeah, this is 2006.
Yeah, you could have almost instant access to vehicle descriptions, directions of travel. It'll give you an exact time that a crime occurred, possible suspect information. So many avenues of available information just by having a camera available.
Absolutely. So, you know, advancement in technology has really, really, really played a role in
And a
us
game changer, yeah.
being able to solve more crimes now than we used to. But anyway.
This next case is Dexter Johnston. Dexter, and I don't know how to pronounce this middle name, Xavier?
Xavier, I
Okay.
guess.
Dexter Newt Xavier Johnson. His friends must have called him Newt. He was 33 years old, killed at 422 East Grand Avenue outside of a convenient mart in an attempted robbery at around 11:45. I'm not familiar with a Grand Avenue in Wilson or Rocky Mount. Are you?
Yeah, Grand Avenue in Rocky Mount
Okay.
is, it's so hard to explain. It is the street that runs by Williams Foods, Rocky Mount Owner and Intent. It goes over the railroad tracks and goes down and turns into Fairview Road.
Gotcha. Okay.
Turns right into Fairview Road. But that area is still Grand Avenue until the stoplight at Hardee's and McDonald's at Raleigh Road.
Gotcha.
And then it turns into Fairview. So that is somewhere in that vicinity, Grand Avenue.
So it doesn't say which convenient mart. It just says 422 East Grand Avenue outside of a convenient mart in an attempted robbery. Again, this happened on January 12th, 2006 at around 11:45 p.m.
You know, we say this all the time too. Nothing good. It's 11:45 at night. I mean, you know, how many of these cases are after 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning? What are you doing out? You know, your life could have been saved if you were at home. So, you know, I hate to say that, but get off the streets at a decent hour. I mean, good things don't happen.
My kids are 21, 20, and 14, and I tell my oldest to, look, you live here, you live at my house, yeah, you need to be in place 11 o'clock.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's for their safety. It's also out of respect.
Yeah.
But you're not going to come in and out of my house after 11 o'clock.
Right.
You just not even live at my home.
Exactly. Okay. Well, the next one is one that's kind of near and dear to everybody's heart and wishes that it could be, everybody wishes
want
it could be solved.
And from what I hear from time to time, it's like so close.
Yes.
So close, but we just never get that.
I think they're lacking the DNA evidence.
Yeah.
So.
The Baby John Nash case, near and dear to so many people in law enforcement's heart. Baby John Nash, this case is from February 7th, 2007. Around 1:15 p.m., a homeless man was searching the dumpsters behind the food line on Harbor West Drive in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, when he came across a Cheetos bucket. When he saw the Cheetos bucket, he saw what he thought to be a baby doll inside. He picked it up by the leg and realized at that point that it was a real baby. He notified law enforcement. Rocky Mount Police Department started the investigation and revealed that the newborn was a white male, possibly born around February 5th, 2007, and still had his umbilical cord attached. The medical examiner noted that the baby was alive at one time. He had air in his stomach and lungs, which was evidence of a live birth. The Cheetos bucket was not sold in the Rocky Mount area at the time. It was primarily sold in northern states only. Law enforcement named him Baby John Nash. Baby Nash weighed 7 pounds 5 ounces and was nearly 21 inches long. The mother would have been pregnant around May to June 2006 through January 2007. The mother could have been from up north where the Cheetos bucket was sold, or it could have just been a random coincidence.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the keys that the Rocky
Cheeto
Mountain
bucket.
Police Department has talked about so
Yeah.
much, is that the Cheetos bucket was only sold up north. So, I mean, which it could have come from anywhere, but, you know, 7 pounds 5 ounces, 21 inches long.
Healthy baby
A
boy.
full-fledged baby. So sad. But if you
It's-
know anything, somebody knows something.
Yeah, it's sad in so many ways. Number one, the fact that that was just done in general.
Yes.
The fact that this mother felt like that was her own, and I'm not defending her in any shape, form, or fashion, okay? But to feel like that's the only option or the only choice that she had was to do that. And we don't know the details around it. We don't know the circumstances, but it's just sad on
It
every
is.
perspective.
It really is. And, you know, friends, family, they all know
Yep. Or
that
suspect.
this girl, they know when she was pregnant. And they know that she doesn't have a baby with her.
And you know, this is right off of 301. It could have been somebody just traveling through. You know,
could have.
It could have been someone visiting Rocky Mount from up north.
Right.
This is there's so many variables in this case right here. I feel like if it was a local person, somebody would have already come forward and said, hey, Jane Doe here, she was pregnant. Her excuse about losing the baby doesn't make any sense, blah, blah, blah. And that's just my opinion.
Well, then, if that is the case, I don't know that this will ever be solved. If they're from somebody somewhere else just passing through, then
DNA is the way that would be the only way they
Yeah.
could solve this case. Somebody sent in a DNA sample to, you know, some type of ancestry register, and they could track it backwards.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I do hope they solve
I
this
do too.
case. I really do hope so. And I
Because
understand they're
unfortunately, I
pretty
mean,
close.
whoever decided to do this, I mean, they need to be punished.
Absolutely, they do. And, you know, now we have the safe haven. Explain what the safe haven is.
Safe haven in this circumstance right here, she could have taken that child to any fire department, any police department, any EMS station, pretty much anywhere. No questions asked, none, and said, I cannot look after this child. I don't want to look after this child. No questions asked. And they would have taken custody of that child immediately
Yes.
and give it somewhere to stay, something to eat, and place it.
You know, there's been 2 or 3 people on Facebook that have been interested in adopting a child. And 2 of them I know very well. And so there are people out there that would have been happy, just so thrilled to get this baby.
Yes.
So anyway, it is sad. So anyway.
And, you know, that type of legislation, what you were just talking about, it come out of a similar case like this. And I think it's one of the greatest things. You know, if you're watching today and you're struggling with a decision about what to do, just know if the time ever comes and you need to, you know, do something with that child, take it to your local police department, take it to your local fire department, your EMS station, no questions asked, and the child will be provided for.
Yeah, at least give the baby a chance.
That's exactly right.
Wow. So, okay.
This next case is from February 10th, 2007. Gary Lamont Robbins. First responders were dispatched to an accident at Rex and Vance Street in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. When they arrived on the scene, they found a van that had been wrecked. Gary Lamont Robbins was inside of this van. EMS personnel pulled him out, and as they were putting him on the stretcher, they noticed that he had been shot multiple times. He ultimately succumbed to these injuries. So it looks like car accident. I would have to wonder, you know, was he shot inside the car? Was he shot and then he fled a scene? How much blood was in the vehicle? I wonder if he was able to give them any information at all. It doesn't say if he was unconscious or not.
Right.
But let's see, Rex and Vance Street and Rocky Mount.
That is over, I'm trying to think. It's very close to where the Convenient Mart was, that where Sufan, can't think of his last name, was shot by the railroad tracks at Old Wilson Road and Cokie Road. It's back behind Old Wilson Road, kind of, one of those streets.
Okay. We don't have a time of day. So basically he was just, and he was probably shot, and then he got in the vehicle and fled the scene.
And it wrecked.
And it wrecked.
Because he couldn't control the car, because he probably
started losing consciousness or something.
Wow. Okay, we have one more. It's real short. We don't know a whole lot about this one.
Yeah, this case is from May 2007, May 12th, 2007. Anthony DeAndre Jones. On May 12th, 2007, officers responded to 1704 Birchwood Drive, Southeast in Wilson, North Carolina, in reference to a shooting. Once they arrived, they found Anthony Jones deceased outside of the residence. Very limited information on this case. Again, May 12th, 2007, he was shot. Law enforcement arrived to find him outside of his home, deceased.
Well, you know, it's 2007. Some of these are 2006. The longer, and we've talked about that, the longer it goes, the less the chances are that, you know, of solving it.
I usually say a 48-hour rule. I don't care if it's a kidnapping, missing person, homicide. I don't care what the case. 48-hour rule.
But they can be solved.
They can.
If a citizen knows something, and somebody knows something about every one of these cases.
That is
if
true.
they would just come forward, this is where the citizens have to come in and cooperate, because that's the only way to really solve these older cases like that, is for somebody to just finally speak up.
Take ownership of your community, just like this fundraiser. I mean, just like people donating gifts, donating prizes, donating money, or coming out and participating. Playing a role in that is helping us solve these crimes.
Right.
Bringing people to justice. No matter if you're giving a tip or if you're donating a prize, you're participating, and you, in your own way, are contributing to
Sure.
solving these crimes and bringing people to justice.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as we have said so many times, we want to bring people to justice, and we want to get closure for families. I mean, we need to get these people off the street. So many of these people that have committed these crimes right here, they've committed other ones. Repeat offenders, they're just repeating and repeating until you help law enforcement get them off the street.
It's usually, I don't care what it is, it's usually a cluster of the same people
That's right.
who terrorize a given area. Okay?
Exactly.
Look at the situation down in Atlanta. Okay? A majority of these people have been arrested over and over again in multiple states, wreaking havoc and terror. Same thing in Rocky Mount, just on a much smaller scale. I guarantee you it's the same people or a group of the same people doing this crime.
Yeah.
It's
Exactly
just
right.
how they operate. And they won't just necessarily do this in Nash County. They may go to Franklin County.
Exactly.
They may go to Halifax County. They may go to, but it's the same group of people that's going to do this over
Exactly.
and over again.
I mean, the police chief said that. He said it's a handful of the same people.
And they think they're just so slick and above the law and slipping and sliding around.
That's why you need to help us. Help law enforcement. The numbers are on the screen, 406-6736, or Crime Stoppers 977-1111, or call the agency, as Lieutenant Tender said, call the Edgecombe County, the Nash County, the Rocky Mount, Halifax, whatever. But call somebody. They're not going to know who you are. It's anonymous. They don't want to know who you are. They just want a tip that they can go on and get, open up this, well, the investigations are open, but so that they can continue these investigations. So anyway, that's all for today. We'll see y'all back next week, JP and me, with the K-Files. Make it a great day, everybody.